Muslims on the prowl. Here I have a story of a Muslim 17-year-old that went on a little stabbing spree and ended up killing a 13-year-old boy. Here's the article. A Florida teenager is accused of murdering a 13-year-old boy and injuring two others in a stabbing attack, which he said was because of his Muslim faith. Local media reports that 17-year-old Corey Johnson will face charges of first-degree murder after officers attended a scene in Palm Beach, Florida Gardens on Monday where 13-year-old Giovanna Brand was dead, while mother Elian Simon and her 13-year-old son Dane Boncraft were also found suffering from stab wounds. According to local police, Corey Johnson was attending a sleepover at a friend's house when around 4 a.m. he decided to carry out the attack while other guests were asleep. Johnson advertised at 4 a.m. he realized that everyone in the house was asleep, wrote Officer Jennifer Brashear in a probable cause affidavit. At the time, Corey Johnson made the decisions to kill Ellen, Dean, and Giovanna in their sleep. In his statement, Corey Johnson advised he stabbed the victims because of his Muslim faith. Officer Jennifer Brashear wrote in an affidavit, adding that he was reading the Quran beforehand to give him the courage to carry out his intentions. Corey Johnson is currently detained at a juvenile detention facility, where a grand jury will soon decide to charge him as an adult or a minor. This is a question I've been pondering to ask the liberal left for quite a while now. And that question is, how does it feel to be proven wrong? You see, for the little while now, the liberal left has been going on about how we need to ban guns in order to keep people safe. And we see stories like this of some bobo going around trying to stab people in their sleep. And in actuality, he actually succeeded somewhat because he ended up killing a 13-year-old boy. Now, the liberal left would love to go on and say guns are responsible for murders, guns are the problem, guns, we need to ban all guns. And here you have a Muslim, let's not forget that important detail, who went around stabbing people, killing a 13-year-old boy, and tried to kill two others because of his Muslim faith. And it said in the article that this 17-year-old boy got his inspiration from the Quran in which he was reading. Here's a wild suggestion for the liberal left. Let's not ban guns. Let's not ban knives. Let's ban the fucking Quran. Let's ban the Islamic faith. Because no religion as of late have been such barbaric and absolutely cruel ideology than the Islamic ideology. Now, I have a lot of people telling me it's not a religion. It's not a religion. Yes, Islam is a religion. It is a very barbaric religion, and a lot of their practices are outright Stone Age mentality. We must behead people who do not believe in our faith. We must stone people for literally dropping the book, the holy book of the Quran, on accident. We need to beat them, set them ablaze, stone them, and then behead them. This is a very savage and barbaric ideology / religion. Yet the liberal left would love to claim that this religion is a religion of peace. It is a religion of love, acceptance, and tolerance. The most retarded bullshit I've ever heard in my entire life. Islam is not a peaceful religion. It is a very barbaric and savage religion. And we should not pretend it is otherwise. This is the sort of shit that really just pisses me off, because this boy killed a 13-year-old child. A 13-year-old boy was stabbed to death. Stabbed multiple times because of this fucking kid. Because of this kid and his lunacy. A 13-year-old boy was stabbed to death by this other Muslim kid. And that's what he is. He is a Muslim. The left loves to claim that Islam and what have you, if you're against Islam, then you're racist. And that's not the problem here. This Corey Johnson fuckface is a white kid. He is Caucasian. He looks like fucking Carrot Top's little fucking cousin. But yet the liberal left would love to tell you that if you are against Islam in any way, shape, or fashion, you are a racist. You are a horrible person. And in cases in the United Kingdom, if you are against Islam, you will be fucking arrested. How far has the Western culture devolved into? How far have we fell from grace when we are literally protecting a barbaric and savage ideology to the point where if you say anything bad about this barbaric and savage ideology, you will be held as a racist. You will be held as a bigot. And it has gotten so fucking bad that the liberal left has created their own fucking buzzwords now. If you are against Islam, you are an Islamic phobe. I think Islamophobia is actually quite understandable in this day and age. If we look at the word phobia, it means a fear of something. You have a phobia of hospitals, a phobia of spiders, of ants, and whatever the fuck. So Islamophobia is actually quite understandable because radical Islam has been on the rise now since 2014, or at least it's been more in the mainstream media since then. Now I'm going to play you a 20-second audio piece of the 911 call from this incident. If you want to listen to more of it, the link to that would be in the description below.
911, what's the address of your emergency?
Palm Beach Gardens, Ballin Isles.
Do you need police or
I have a lady
paramedics?
bleeding here. Ring my bell.
All right, do you know why she's bleeding?
She said somebody attacked her, but you got to get somebody here quick. I called Ballin Isles, but they're not here yet.
Yeah, Islam is sure as hell the religion of peace, all right. But another thing I find extraordinarily retarded is the fact that liberals are always praising people for trying to ban guns. You see celebrities being praised day in and day out because they are saying that we need to ban guns. Guns are horrible, guns are killing our kids and what have you. What about this case? This 13-year-old boy is a child and he's dead, not at the hands of a gun, but at the hands of an Islamic boy, or man in his case. He's 17 years old. They're thinking about charging him as an adult or minor. Charge him as a fucking adult. He's 17. He knows right from wrong. Do you think the celebrities, the Katy Perrys, the Trevor Noahs, the Robert Downey Jr.'s are going to come out in support of banning Islam from the America? Because this kid, this 13-year-old boy, is dead because some other Islamic man decided to stab him to death because of his Muslim faith. Are we going to go out and protest and ask Islam to stop killing children? Are we going to go out and protest and ask Islam to stop stabbing people, beheading people, stoning gays and women? No? Well, why not? Because that's racist. Because that's bigoted. Stoning, beheading, and burning people fucking alive is part of their culture. You're being an intolerant bigot if you are against such actions. That is how the left is truly strangulating itself, because they can't protect gays, they can't protect women, and they can't protect children. Any victim of an Islamic terror attack will not be prayed for. There won't be any hashtags pray for these people and what have you. If you think about the Orlando nightclub shooting where some man pledged allegiance to ISIS before he did this, did any celebrities come out and say we need to stop Islam? No, they talked about banning guns, and guns are the problem. This is why we need to ban all guns. Not we need to ban a barbaric and savage religion that perpetrates this kind of violence on an everyday scale in their own majority dominated countries. No, we need to simply ban guns. We need to get rid of firearms because those are the real problem. And this case of this Corey Johnson fuckface is a case that spits on the idea that we need to ban guns, because this man did not use a gun to kill this 13-year-old boy. He used a knife. He stabbed him the fuck up. And his reasoning for it is because of his religion, his Quran. He was reading the Quran beforehand to give him inspiration to carry out this violent act. Now, if this would have been a Christian person, if someone would have stabbed a 13-year-old boy or girl and said they were reading the Christian Bible beforehand and that's what gave them inspiration, the liberal left would have a fucking field day reporting that, oh, Christianity is horrible, Christianity is bad, we need to ban Christianity, Christianity is horrible, and yada yada yada. Now, I am no fan of any religion. I think all religions are stupid and a waste of time. That being said, out of all the religions, Islam tends to be the most barbaric, savage, and twisted backward ideology, faith-based religion that we've seen since before the fucking Stone Age. Literally, they have passages in the Quran that preaches the death of gays, the death of non-believers, and that killing your wife if she does something you don't like is actually very recommended within the Quran. But the liberal left would love to believe that it's not there. You're just being a bigot. You just don't like people who look different than you. And again, this case goes to show you that Islam isn't based in race. This kid is white, and he, I guess, converted to Islam and whatever, and he carried out this barbaric act. He stabbed a 13-year-old boy to death. We need to ban Islam. That's what we need to do, because Islam is the problem here. Islam is the type of religion that is causing more death, destruction, and mayhem across the world than any other religion in fucking time. But those are just my thoughts. Go ahead and leave yours in the comment section. That's it for this video. Peace out, guys.